And we live. Yo, y'all know what it is, man. It's a Thursday night, something special, something light. I'm bringing my guys with me. Y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy King. I'm gonna bring my guy affiliated Poppy with me. What's good? What's good? And then I'm gonna bring my brother from another mother. Known this guy for some years now. We go back. Um, he takes care of me every time I go back home. I take care of him every time when he comes to Arizona. Y'all know him by, well, I know him by Primo Luch, but y'all know him by Pride, aka Lucky Born Eagles fan. What's good?
What up, fellas? What's going on with y'all?
What's
Man,
good?
what's
What's
chilling, bro?
good?
What's up with you?
I'm on this East Coast time while y'all just chilling. Y'all pretty much still getting up in the day and shit. But all
Yo,
is
so,
good, man. Just
it's funny though you said that because me and Reek and the fellows we've been having trouble with try to get everybody on the pod because
right.
number one, the time has changed. I live in Arizona where it does not change. They live in Vegas where they went up an hour ahead, and then you're 2 hours behind me now. So it's been nothing but problems, B. It's been nothing but
Yeah.
problems.
That just itself sounds like problems.
It is, man. It is. But how you good? All right. How's everything? How you been?
I'm great, man. Despite that sorry ass game that we played on Monday night, I'm still feeling
Nice.
good. And then, of course, with the two additional signings that we got in the past couple of days, kind of
Yes.
lifted the spirits not only for myself, but I'm pretty sure for a bunch of Eagle fans, man. There was some concerns, especially the way that game plan that Washington ended up having against us. So it was just like you're sitting there and you're thinking, like, damn, man, what's going to happen? What's going to be done? What are we going to do to go ahead and fix this problem? Is it even a problem?
Right.
That was the other concern. But look, man, Howie didn't waste no time. He went and made some key signings, especially today with the signing of Suh. So, my man pretty much just got the message out there, like, yo, we're not playing around. I put all the decks in this season for shit to happen, and whatever I gotta do to make it happen, that's what I'm gonna do, and that's exactly what he did.
No excuses, King. You're right. No excuses, Marcus. Shout out to Coach, man. So let's just go ahead and jump up on it. Let me get the vibes. I want to start to finish with everything that happened at Monday night's football game.
Ugh.
Well, I mean, being in the building, the vibe started off good. I mean, you're going in there 8-0, man. The confidence level was serious from the time we started our tailgate. Shout out to the
Mm-hmm.
Fourth and John boys.
Shout out.
We ended up putting another epic tailgate together. We had some good fans show up overseas. Some cats from Scotland, some cats from Australia. Will was back. Will, man. Shout out to Will, man. The
Yo,
man's
quick
here
question.
all the way.
Yo, quick question. Is Will doing like a U.S. tour? Like, what's up? Is he like a?
Sing-
Is he the
It's
updated Beatles now?
Yeah,
What's
because
up,
y'all
man?
just seen him in
Listen,
Texas.
man.
Like,
Bro, he
Yeah,
was in
it seemed
Houston, Philadelphia. Wasn't he at the game last week? Like,
he was. We,
damn.
me, me and him talked, and it's pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same question I had for him. And yeah, he confirmed that he was pretty much doing a tour, personal tour himself. This is something that he saved up with because, the man was living in a part of the country where it was pretty much shut down through the whole COVID situation.
Oh,
So he hasn't been out in a while. And it was something that he ended up putting together, and it all came true. So he's been to two Eagles game, and I believe, don't hold me to this, but I believe he's going to squeeze in a third one. Um,
damn.
and he's actually, well, a third one at home. I know he went to the Houston one where you guys, I believe, caught up.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. We hung out with him for a
yeah.
little bit. Yeah. We see Will.
So technically, he might be putting in four Eagles games, and that's That's love right there. You know what I mean? Especially from somebody that's coming from the land down under. So you know, I mean, yeah, it was him, some other people from again on the west side that ended up showing up to the tailgate. But getting into what you were asking, man, getting into the stadium, the confidence level was serious. We were hyped up. The first drive, you know, we deferred the ball. We were playing defense, turnover, scored the touchdown on the first possession. So we ended up getting the ball right back, scored quickly. Then the defense got back on the field. Washington pretty much just did their thing and ran that ball right down our throats. We came back, we answered, you know what I mean, with another drive, a good drive ourselves to go ahead and go up a score. And then it was just like Washington, you know, pretty much they zoned in, man. They you know, their game plan just pretty much like kicked in, running that ball down our throats for the rest of the game. It was frustrating. It was frustrating seeing the defense play.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people were questioning the penalties that were missed, that were being called. Look, I gotta agree with Jason Kelsey. You know, he made a statement over the week that, you know, we didn't lose because of the penalties. We lost because, you know what I mean, we lost because of ourselves. You know, and that was one of the biggest fears, to be honest with you, that led up to the most recent weeks. Is like I wasn't worried
Right.
about, and I'm still not worried about anybody that we're going to be playing in the next 8 weeks. I'm just worried about us. I'm worried about beating ourselves, and you know, I'm glad we got. I'm glad we got that loss out the way, man. Yeah,
Okay.
it would have been nice. It really would have been nice to run the donut the whole season, but look, I'd rather get it out of the way now, knowing we got 8 more games to go ahead and play. Because real talk, had we gone the whole season undefeated and then go into that playoff, or go as deep as we would like to go into the playoffs and then lose, we're
Mhm.
talking
Right.
about an off season where we're going to have that in the back of our minds. And you know how some of us Eagles fans get. You know, what I mean, we get into that depressed mode, and I wasn't ready for none of that, man. So
Right.
I'm good. So right now, I'm at ease. You know what I mean? I'm ready to get back onto the field, and they got to prove something not only to us, but they got to prove something to themselves, that they could go ahead and overcome this type of defeat that they just suffered from the Commanders. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, most definitely. Rick, well, you got anything? You got any questions for
I think
Primo?
I think Prime hit it all right on the head, bro. I mean, what was so I do know like our crowd has definitely been, you know, major this season, you know, traveling at away games and being at home at the link. Obviously, that's always a home field advantage. Did you how was it once they started getting down? Because I know like when you know the emotions in the crowd can kind of get swayed once like things start going the wrong way. But I saw
Well,
the
well
field.
the,
It didn't look like anyone left early. It looked like everyone stayed there.
that is something that I noticed myself. Everyone did stay there because it was a nail biter all the way through. I'm gonna be honest with you, Rick. Like as you're looking to the right, to the left, straight up above you, you know what I mean, around you, it was just like you seen the frustration in a lot of people. You see all the snapback that they were giving to the refs, to the team. You know what I mean? So it was just like the frustration was just seen all throughout the stadium. I even had some spazzed out moments myself. Like it was bad, man. And but it's just like, let's be honest. Haven't felt like that in a minute. You know what I mean? Haven't felt like that in a minute. And then it was just like,
Right.
uh you're there and you're stuck in that moment. Like I didn't think I was gonna get, be this frustrated, and here, long and behold, I was mad as hell, man. But you know what I mean, it
Yeah,
wasn't just me. There was a lot of people in the crowd that, you know what I mean, they were like, throwing the fingers, or you know what I mean, going like this and yelling, and it was bad, man. It
I
was
think
bad.
I think you're right though when you're saying like I don't think any of us like we all like I think us level-headed fans we like yeah and in there's a small part of all of us right. An undefeated season would have been incredible, but it's so
Yeah.
hard to do. And then in our lifetime, the closest thing we know we can immediately think to is what the Warriors did when they had such a great season, and then they just didn't get it
Mhm.
done. Now, I think a lot of other fan bases, like if you had a team that went undefeated all season and then just say they lost in the second round, a lot of other fan bases would probably be like, well, we still had a perfect season. A lot of like, but I feel like in Philadelphia, like that almost counts. It ain't gonna fly. Like if you
Nah.
ask any real Eagles fan, because I heard some people saying this. They were like, an undefeated season would have been bigger than a Super Bowl. No, my man. No real Philadelphia
I'm
fans
good.
they wanted an undefeated season over a Super Bowl. Give me the undefeated season. I'll take the L now so I can laugh later, like Drake said. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna cry now so we can laugh later. So, and I think more importantly, I think you're right, because immediately after that loss, like we had to blame ourselves, not the refs. And then the other part of it is the shoulders kind of got a little lighter. Because like AJ Brown said, it's like now we can stop all this 17-0 shit. Like, let's just talk about a season. We want to get the first round bye. We want to secure a home field advantage. That's what matters. A 17-0 season doesn't matter. Like,
so that's why I feel like these boys need to hurry up and get back to work. So I'm looking forward to Sunday. I feel bad for the Colts because you know what I mean, we're going to take out a lot of anger on these boys. You know, the one thing I definitely want to mention is no disrespect, and I'm not taking nothing away from the 72 Dolphins. That football era back then was nothing compared to how football is being played right now. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. So it's just like I feel like the level is just a little bit more to be able to go undefeated. Yeah, it would have taken a lot. I mean, like New England was the closest that ever came to it with Randy Moss, Tom Brady, you know what I mean, that squad, but hey, look, it definitely would have been nice, but I disagree with whoever mentioned that, you know, going undefeated rather than a Super Bowl. That's a bunch of bullshit because I'm going to take a trophy over an undefeated season all day, you know what I mean? Exactly. That right all there is going to give me more bragging rights than anything.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, this is the thing I think for the most part is you got that monkey off your back because let's be honest, that was the Commanders' Super Bowl. That was their Super Bowl. You know, they were, you know, they were both with dreams and nightmares in our locker room.
Wait, no, did y'all see the nastiness?
Heineke was doing this like, what?
No, did y'all see the chains on the neck?
Yes.
Oh my God,
bro! Like y'all can't even do your own original shit, bro. That was nasty behavior, bro.
Yeah. It was definitely disrespectful, man. And then again, like again, being in the building and seeing it live, like you know, we go back to that face cut or that face mask pulling by Fuller that was called. That was, I mean, it was just like one of the worst calls because I mean, you had that back judge there, and then not only that, it led to an injury to Dallas Goedert. So now we're out 4 weeks without him. You know, that part sucked, but. You know, seeing that dude celebrate on the sideline, you know what I mean? You knew what you did. You know that dirty shit you just pulled off. So for you to go and celebrate, like, yo, that was a moment for me. Like, I was heated, man. Like, I was really, really bad, man. Like, you know, it took a lot for me to just like relax, stay still. I was like trotting back and forth, and I ain't really had that much room. You know, next to Gail and to the other person that was sitting me to the left. So it was just like, oh man, I was mad that time. And then, you know, I call him Heineken. I don't call him by his name, but Heineken, man. That dude, man. Yeah, that dude, the way he was just like, he was just, you know, egging, you know, Graham to run into him and everything. And look, it played to his part because as soon as Graham hit him, that flag came out, and then he started celebrating. And I'm like, yo, man, I couldn't even be like, it's whatever. He pulled that off. You know, I gotta give him props for pulling that one off because he did.
But I gotta ask you, bro, like, because I feel some type of way about that, bro. I really feel like it's basically like when LeBron does the flops. He was real known for the flop. Like, have you ever? I've never seen a quarterback run like that. He flopped, bro. He ran back. He gave himself up. Like,
but like, how was the mood? How was the mood inside the stadium when that happened? Like, was this everybody just extremely going to booze, or it was just like
no? Because
like,
I mean,
what the, you know.
With the people that was around me, including myself, even though he gave himself up, nobody touched him. So it was just like he was still alive. Like it was still a play to go ahead and be made. So I didn't see nobody popped him. I mean, we're talking about Graham ran into him, and then I forgot who the other person was that was
Hassan
like
Reddick.
that. Okay, so Hassan, right? That's right, Hassan And Graham, so Hassan, he just like literally stopped in front of him. But Graham, you see the momentum. I mean, you know Graham, he come 110 every play. So it was just like stopping the Mack truck in its plate, and that wasn't happening. But I mean, it was just like watching it. It was just an instant tap, and you're looking like no. Like as soon as it happened, you heard everybody like and then the flag came out, and it was just like, never mind, it's over, man. We can't do nothing about it, you know.
But
Like
it was so crazy how like Chris Heineke immediately like gets up and then looks at the ref like pull that flag, and then
got it, man.
He's looking
he
like
sold it. He sold it, bro.
He sold it, bro. That's what it like. And but then when you watch it, because even BG said, I thought he was gonna get back up. I thought he was gonna get back up though. Like it almost looked like he was kind of like going down, like pivoting. So
I mean, there was a comparison earlier today that I saw from him and my man from the World Series that ended up, running it, pretty much putting his elbow. It was just like, that was the grimy shit that was going on. You know what I mean? So it was just like, hey, whatever. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But look, at the end of the day, what we gonna do? The game is over. The L is already in the stat. You got to build off of it, man. So I'm with AJ, man. The 17-0 shit is done. Nothing to talk about no more. Let's focus on, you know what I mean, what's ahead of us. And we got 8 more games. I personally want home field advantage. We need home field advantage. We need that home crowd, you know what I mean? And we could run this table all the way up to the mountain, and we'd be hosting that trophy at the end of the year. So I'm ready to go, man.
Straight up.
Thanks. Hey, I'm going to tell you something right now, though.
Appreciate y'all. Hey, Uncle Willie repping hard. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you ain't already doing it. Make sure you repping, you know what I'm saying? We got Lucky Luciano up in here with us, baby. AKA, you know what I'm saying? My brothers. And I'm gonna say one thing before we get off this game. Like you said, and this goes along with us taking the responsibility and not leaving it to refs. This was as bad as we've probably had a game. Everyone except Jalen. Jalen had a phenomenal game, in my opinion. I feel like he did everything he was supposed to do. He put balls where they needed to go. I feel like he was putting balls in places we never seen him put balls. Even like it was touching guys' hands. And even though I was playing as bad as we played, it really came down to if Quez doesn't go down with that, like when Quez caught that ball, and then if he doesn't fall and or doesn't, even if he falls and gets up and doesn't fumble, he's still to the house or at least scoring on that drive. And this is a whole conversation we're all having. But this is why you just never leave anything in the hands of the referees. You have to get it done yourself. It's like when you're fighting a champion in a boxing match. You need to knock that champion out. You can't take any chances on saying like, oh, it's a close fight, because they're going to give it to the champ every time. So we don't leave it to them, and this will be better for real.
True that.
Most definitely, bro. Most definitely. Speaking of the fumble, I don't know if you guys seen this today, but they were the Eagles practice today, and they were like, hey, today, y'all know what we're doing. We're going to protect that ball today. And they go, Quez. So speaking of that, I got something to show y'all. Serious. They were serious. They were serious about it. Like, hey, don't let this happen again. You know what I mean?
Hey, man.
This right here explains to me that is great coaching. You're not going to ignore. You know what I'm saying? But you're not going to ignore the little mistakes. We're going to comb through. We're going to go through a fine comb, and we're going to fix those mistakes. We're going to challenge ourselves. And what's better than that? You fail, right? You fail, but you fail. You learn from when your mistakes and when you fail in life. So I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't think the Eagles will have a game like this for the rest of the season. That's just me. How y'all feel?
I'm with you, man. I'm with you, man, because I really feel like I'm pretty sure it got the best of them. I'm pretty sure they're in that locker this whole week. You know what I mean, with that in the back of their mind. So I mean, they hungry to get back on the field and to prove to themselves that that was that one game that we're glad we got off our backs right now. Now we could go ahead and focus on what's in front of us. So yeah, I totally agree, man. I think a lot of reporters, especially over here in Philly, have been talking crazy saying, oh, now they got to watch out because they're about to go up against, some key running backs. And it's facts. It is true. We got,
Yeah, it's true.
Aaron Jones we got Jonathan Taylor this weekend. We got Aaron Jones after that. Then we got Derrick Henry after that. Then we got Saquon Barkley. So, I mean, it's just like, yeah, we got Montgomery the week after that. So we got some running backs. But, I mean, we're talking about we've been playing against running backs the first 8 weeks as well. So we've been doing our thing. I mean, look, we haven't been able to gather up. Shout out to Gail and Evan. You know what I mean? We haven't been able to gather up this week because Gail is on a business trip, so we're going to be having ours probably tomorrow.
Shout out to
But
Gail. Shout out to Gail. He's
I
in
know
LA living.
I know Big Tank right now got the clip, and he got it ready to go off on Gannon. Like he wants to go
Oh
ahead
my
and put this all
God.
on Gannon. So man, I'm gonna say that for tomorrow, but I'm gonna have a little something for Hollis because at the end of the day, man, we 8-1 with Gannon. Gannon, his defensive scheme. Like, look, don't get me wrong. I want a little bit more from the dude. I think we could definitely
Mhm.
get a little bit more out of that defense. But it is what it is. Right now, the game plan has been working, and it's been working to the potential on the reason why we're 8-1. So, that's going to be an interesting conversation to have with that big man come tomorrow. Um,
Yeah.
and hey, man, it is what it is, man. We just got to get back to the drawing board and do our thing. And with the two key additional signings we did these past couple of days, I think we'll be just fine. And then what I mean, look, Jordan Davis is not too far from coming back. Um, I'm ready to get that kid back because that's a key part to that run defense. And I mean, and it's been shown for the past few weeks.
So speaking of that, speaking of the Jordan Davis, the young bull that's about to come back from his ankle injury, do you feel like this is something where he can learn from one of the two, learn from the two greats of being a defensive tackle? I mean, he's going to be learning now. He's going to be learning from not only Fletcher Cox, he's going to be learning from Suh now. Like this is going to be like this is going to set him up. The only problem I have with Jordan Davis that he's so tall that he doesn't understand of leverage, of his weight and the movement about what he's doing. In regards into where sometimes he stands up too tall and he loses his leverage, so he gets backed up, and then sometimes where he's too low and the running back is run past him or the play is lost and he's trying to find himself. He's still trying to find his bearings. He's still a rookie. Do you see anything from that, or do you feel like this is going to be something like, hey, this is going to wake young Bull up? He's going to be nice for the seasons to come.
But I mean, so I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna talk like if I was in his shoes. I'm gonna be excited. I'm gonna be excited that I got two veterans such as what I mean, Saul and what's his name on the squad already. That what I mean, I'm learning off of. That whole. I'm learning off of everybody that's pretty much surrounding me right now. I'm a rookie. No excuses. I'm coming in here. I'm in the NFL. I'm coming to grind. So I'm gonna be very excited to learn as much as I can. I'm gonna be one that's gonna be in every play, whether if I'm on the sideline or if I'm actually on the field. So the excitement should definitely be kicking in. I know it's kicking in for me, and I'm not even on the field. I'm not even on the squad. I'm on the fan base, just excited to see this. Jordan Davis learn from the veterans that he's surrounded by right now. So,
Right.
I mean, you're right, man. He's a rookie, so he's learning. He's in that learning process. And the Kobe Dean is the same way. I mean, right now they got him on special teams, but he's got T.J. Edwards and Kazir White that he's learning off of. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a learning curve for both these young boys. I'm just glad we got them on the squad, and that's our future right there. They did their thing in Georgia, and now it's their time to go ahead and do their thing for the Eagle squad. So I'm happy for them that they're being surrounded by the veterans that they got right now. So I think they're gonna be all right, man. They definitely need to do their homework.
Right. Go ahead, Reed.
I'm right there with you, bro. Just to have a young bull like this is like bro, and not just having great pass, like not just having great D linemen that he's going to be learning from, but he's got like different styles. Like he's going to have like Suh, like everything we know about Suh. My man's kind of like the dirty work specialist. You know what I'm saying? Like my man gets to it. He's a beast, like undeniably, but he is the dirty work specialist. There's always been little things here, little things there.
Absolutely.
But I like that shit, bro. I like that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like Jordan Davis going to get a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? A little Yamin over there. You know what I'm saying? He got Fletch, who's been like, for all purposes, more of like a power guy, like a strength bat, like just get like, you know what I'm saying, like a man dog, like they've called him over the years. And then you got Hargrave, who's kind of streaky, but he seems like he has a little bit more finesse in him. So it's like you're getting like three different like elements of like the D line right there. And the young bull's going to be just while he's not playing, he's going to be seeing that up close and personal every week. And then when he's going to be in the room with these guys, so I could just see them just giving him like game, bro. Like, oh no, you got to hit him with this one. Like, nah, try.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and you see all the good stuff that's working for Hargrave right now as well. So that's the thing that's the things that I'm talking about. So like, Jordan Davis needs to be taking notes. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure he's taking some serious notes. So he'd be all right, man. One thing I definitely got to go ahead and tell you is that it's needed because Fletch was not looking good on Monday, man.
Okay.
It was bad to see, man. It really was.
Okay. So you and I had a phone call. You and I were talking over the phone, but I didn't ask you this question. Do you think it was because he was on the field too much? I mean, the Commanders had over 30 minutes that they had the football in their possession, and they had over 70% or 70% of the snaps. Do you feel like that was too much for him, or do you feel like that's where you have Fletch at 40%, and then you have Linval Justice and Suh at the same? Because all of these guys are if you look at it, the only young bulls that we have defensive tackles are going to be Milton and Davis. The rest of the guys, they up in their 30s now. So do you think they're going to be in the 40 to 30 range in the percentages when it comes to snaps?
Well, I mean, I do. And I gotta agree with you. I mean, that was the most that we seen Fletch on the field on Monday.
Right.
He was definitely winded, man. And it wasn't just him. It was just like that. They couldn't make that rotation because they were short, and they needed the big bodies because everybody else pretty much wasn't playing to their potential on Monday. So, I think that definitely played a key factor. But that's why I said this is something Fletch is going to probably need. He's going to need those fresh bodies coming in and out because, trying to expect him to play as many snaps as like he did on Monday, nah, bro, he's just a totally different person. And I gotta tell you, man, seeing it live, they got the best of him, and then you see him there the most of the time with his hands on his waist, just like breathing hard as shit. So it's just like, you had that in the back of your mind, like worried, like, oh man, these guys. It's bad, and it's only going to get worse as this game goes on. So it's just like we got to fix it, and we got to fix it quick.
Right,
I think there's something to be said though too. Like I don't want to. I'm not trying to shoot any excuses out there, but I do want to talk about being in rhythm. Like sometimes, like it was weird because we played like the short week, then we had like the mini bye. Well, we went to bye, then we played. Then it's like we had the Thursday night game, so it was kind of like a short week, and then. Kind of because we're coming off the bye, but then you go basically like 10 days, 11 days before you play again because you went to Monday night. So it's kind of like these guys, like they weren't in a groove going into the game, you know what I'm saying, for playing week of, their normal day off, practice, walkthrough, day off, game, whatever, and then they go into this game. It's kind of wacky, you know what I'm saying, and then on top of that, like the offense couldn't stay on the damn field because they were controlling time possession. So it was kind of like a weird thing too with that,
It's funny that you mentioned that, bro, because I honestly went back as far as like 3 seasons ago on seeing like how we've played coming off, ever since pretty much like the Thursday night games have been put into effect. How we go from like you said, a bye to a regular game to a short week, then with a mini bye because you got that 10 days before we play that next game. So it was just like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I had that on the back of my mind, like, damn, what's it gonna be like when these guys play on Monday? I mean, they had a little bit of time off. It took them off their little rhythm. We're gonna see. It actually did not kick in until that first drive when I started realizing, like the way they were running down the field on us. But then, I was kind of like ignoring it because the offense just came right back and they scored. But it was just like, shit, okay, is this going to be a back and forth thing? Maybe that's what it's going to be. Okay, we have the potential to go ahead and stay on top, and we could go ahead and pull this thing off. But the minute, Washington took advantage, you see they kept us on the field. They were tiring us out. They didn't give the offense any opportunity to get back on the field. And I was getting impatient. I was like, well, goddamn, you know what I mean? Like something needs to happen here. Like we were begging for turnovers. We were begging for a fumble. We were begging for a stop. It got so frustrated, kept on hearing 3rd and 1, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 1. And we couldn't stop that 3rd and 1 for shit. So it was just like, but then I'm sorry, we did have one stop, and then what? A penalty got called on us. So we had bring the defense right back on the field. So it was like, shit. I don't know, man. We were in for a long night, and that's the feeling that started kicking in, and that was pretty much the outcome throughout the game.
See, that was a little thing I kind of thought about. Not that I think that it was like crazy effective, but I mean it's still something, like it's almost like a pitcher when they're on the mound and then all of a sudden they don't come back out for 10, 15 minutes. It's a long time to be sitting there with a cold arm, So Jalen's sitting there. They couldn't just kind of get right back into it. So I mean they're still professionals. They know what they got to do, but these little things they do happen,
I mean, going back to what you said earlier, how Jalen played a pretty good game, man. I mean, a lot of people were criticizing him, like the one bomb that he threw to AJ that got picked off. Bro, we saw it. It was in AJ's hands. I mean, that was just the type of night that we were, looking for. Like it was just like it popped right out of his hand and went right into the defender's hand. Like Fuller was beside, like he was extra, bro, because he was getting killed, and then he got all excited about that it just popped into his hand. Okay, then he got excited about what he did to Dallas Goedert. Nah, bro, not cool, but okay, you know what I mean. So it was just like Fuller thought he was the star of the game. Nah, you got lucky and you were grimy. Those were the two things that were going on for you that night. So it was just like whatever, man. But Jalen did have a pretty good game. I mean, that was a dead on ball to him, to Watkins, but whatever the outcome was, the fumbles, the interceptions, it is what it is. We move on from it. That's all.
Exactly. Because every team, it doesn't matter how good you are. Even when the Patriots were the Patriots, every time they go down to Miami, they'd have a fluker. Like it didn't matter. Like every great season, it's going to be a one wacky game like that. So yeah, we move on.
For sure. So one thing I definitely want to see is a bounce back game, right? One particular, I wouldn't even say one particular person. There was a few people where I said, all right, this ain't going to affect him. One person I will definitely say this ain't going to affect is my man CJ Gardner-Johnson. This ain't affecting him. My man is leading the interceptions. He's leading the interceptions category right now as a safety. I just want to say thank you, Saints. Thank you so much. Thank you for CJ, and thank you, and please keep on losing so we can get that top 5 pick.
Exactly. Yeah. We're gonna be thanking them a whole lot this season.
Isn't it number 4 right now? It's number 4 right now.
Yeah,
right?
We're number 4 right now. Yeah. So we also, we have 2 picks in the first round, right? So, thank you so much. You know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be like. We're probably gonna end up getting a young bull, Jalen. I think his name is Jalen, the defensive tackle from Georgia. The kid can do it all. The kid can do it. He can do it all.
This week has been a pretty rough week. We dealing with some my fault. I'm over here still calling them Redskins Commander fans at work and everything. But that was like one of the things that I shot them. I was like, look, man, y'all can talk all the shit you want. No matter what, we still 8-1. No matter what, we still the number 1 seed in the league. And no matter what, I own the number 4th pick in the goddamn chat. All right. So it was just like
Jalen
whatever.
Carter,
man.
That's his name. I couldn't remember his name off the top of my tongue. But Jaden Carter, man. This kid, I'm telling you right now, and how he loves defensive linemen. I'm telling you right now, if he's there at number 4 as the Saints, hopefully the Saints go down, you expect him. He's better than Jordan Davis. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. I'm at to see some more film on him. I'm at to watch some more Georgia Bulldog games. So don't quote me on that. But
just the fact we got 2 of them things is crazy. It's 2. Like remember before the season started, that was one big point we also said. If Jalen Hurts works out, if Jalen is the quarterback of the future, if he is an MVP candidate or he is in the top 10 of quarterbacks, he works out. Those 2 draft picks become so much more valuable because now we're not looking at potential trades or trying to get a quarterback.
Right,
so now it's like we're rich. We're rich. Like we got our quarterback. Now we're gonna go ahead and beef up some more. Like it's a caviar dreams, baby. Caviar dreams.
I feel like we're gonna be rolling up to other like franchises and asking for great coupon. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna be doing one of them things. You know what I'm saying? The best. Shout out to ECG. The best DT didn't get drafted this year. I was just saying this. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I don't want to talk about next year. But what I'm saying is,
who's light skinned?
I don't know who you're talking to. I don't know. He gotta be talking to me. What are y'all? I'm definitely not light skinned. That's what. First of all, let's give a shout out to the Let's give a shout out to the comments, man. I got family in here. My cousin Carl, his crazy ass, love him to death though. ECG, what up? We got my cousin Jordan in here. What up? Who else we got in here? You got Todd. What up? He shows up every week. Appreciate you, bro. We got Coach in here. No, we got a coach in here.
I saw my boy. I saw Birdman, Mark Bird up in there.
Mark Bird
Mark Bird was up in there. Shout out to Mark Bird.
And of course, Uncle Willie, baby.
Oh yeah, Uncle Willie. Uncle Willie always support, yo. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. So next segment I want to talk about is the signings. I'm gonna be honest with you. With Linval Joseph, I was like, okay. I mean, I don't think he's gonna make it a big of a difference. But then this is a two Pro Bowler that he just signed, and then boom, Howie does it again. Howie, the magic man, the drug dealer of the NFL. Hey, what is it? Hold on. Hey, what is it? What is it? Go ahead.
Come on, bro. Price of the brick going up. 30 more. Enough of this shit.
That was Howie.
That's Howie.
That's
Howie, bro.
And I'm out, son. You know what I mean? Like, man, he's playing, like I said, he's putting the chips all in on the table. Now we got welcome to Philadelphia. I know y'all probably see the tweets. Shady McCoy said he's gonna send him a care package, so he's probably gonna send him hopefully a Wawa gift card. Probably go to Sonny's downtown, go get a Philly cheesesteak. We're gonna have the debate for that later. Price. Shout out to the wifey, Prime. Shout out to my sister. My wife loves Sonny's better than anything now. She says she said Sonny's, De Los Santos,
Alessandro's, baby.
Louis Gooey's. Is it Ooey Gooey? She says those 3 are the top Philly cheesesteaks in Philly.
Prime looking like I don't know.
Okay, hold
on. I'm gonna leave that right there.
Okay,
I'm gonna leave that right there.
But she's not. We're not comparing South Jersey because I feel like this one of the best Philly cheesesteaks are in South Jersey as well. Where we're from.
I mean, we got some good cheesesteak spots.
We do.
A lot of people
I feel like we do. You know what I'm saying? But Philly gets all the love. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We're down the street, right? So it is what it is. How y'all feel about Suh being an Eagle? I can't wait to see him in a uniform. That's what I can't say. And he's going to play. They say he's going to play this Sunday.
I mean, we had to do something to beef up that line. I mean, you talk about Linval Joseph. I mean, the boy's big, wide. He's wide. So we didn't for what I look at it. It's not like we're signing him to be the top sacker of the team or, to go get the most tackles. No, he's in there to pretty much clog up that line with his weight, with his body, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like that they brought him in. Now, Sewell, I mean, you touched on it. We're talking about one of the grimiest, dirtiest players, to ever play the game, but he did his thing. Yeah.
But he coming Philly.
But
We
now,
gonna love that.
exactly. But now he's an
love
Eagle. Now we, we welcome, the fact that he's with us. So I agree with that. But again, it's a big body that needs to fill in, that needs to close that gap. And I know there's nobody that does it, as good as he does. I mean, right now he's the perfect fit. It's what we need right now, at least until we get JD back. When Jordan comes back, now we got a three-headed monster to fill in that position right there. So it's like, it's good. It's a good problem to have. And we just needed to go ahead and do that. And surprisingly, Howie didn't waste no time. So I'm really excited about the signing. I'm ready to see, Sewell in the Eagles uniform and see what he's willing to go ahead and bring to the table.
Well, I know somebody's really excited, and that's Rico. I'm gonna let him go on this little tangent. Go ahead, Rico.
I'm just super hyped, bro. Like it's like,
who you know in the chat? We know you was super hyped.
I think you thinking about Cuz. Cuz was going off in that chat.
Cuz was going wild, but you was too. You was definitely.
No, I'm hyped because it's like, bro, it's just the fact that it's just Howie. Like, it's not even about like, all right, this is the thing. I think the line would have been all right no matter what. Like these dudes, they've been there. They know what it takes. Like I said, it was a bad game. They're gonna put it behind them. They're professionals. They were on the field for most of the game. That's gonna be bad for anybody. But the fact that Howie just saw that there was there was a need. There was something that he could address as the GM of this team, and he said, "You know what, man? I know we got great coaches. I know we got good personnel, but you know what? I'm going to get up in here anyway, and I'm going to do a little something." He gets on the phone first thing Tuesday morning, bring, bring, hits a couple, guys he knows are sitting on the couch. "Hey, baby, want to come play for the Eagles? Come on." You know what I'm saying? And, it was cool when we saw the Linval. Like, the Linval signing, we was like, I was happy with that. Like, it's all right. At least we know how he's still being active. He's still trying to see what we can do. But then the fact that the Suh news comes down this morning, and it's like the rich get richer. This is how, like, for many years, like, you used to see, like, Jerry Jones would just sign everybody, or like the Patriots would get such and such for no money at all. You're like, how do these guys keep doing it? And now
the last 2 years been the Chiefs and the Bucks.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But now it's like Howie knows the Super Bowl window is 100% open. This team has a chance to lock up first place if they just keep winning a few more, pivotal games. Let's do what we need to do. I'm not even going to leave it up to chance. I'm going to go ahead and pay. We kept that $10 million on the side for a reason. Now we see why. Howie's like, we're going to get a couple vets in here right now. We're going to start making some moves. Get them in here. And you know what? The depth just keeps getting deeper. Like, now you're talking about Suh as a rotational piece. You're talking as Cox as a rotational piece. When Jordan Davis gets back, like, he's going to be taking up a lot of snaps. These guys are just going to be fresh and fresh and fresh. Like, it's a beautiful thing to be. Like, these are exactly where we want to be. Like, to win a championship, like when you're talking about what's on the other side of the AFC, these are the little moves that are going to matter come postseason.
Most definitely. I'm
even excited for Christmas Eve now. Get Davis back, Suh, Fletch, Graham. I'm chasing Cordy all weekend right now. But
that's my shout out to my cousin Devon.
That's the truth. They have the defense coaching away from Gannon. I'm gonna say this real quick, guys. And if you were watching that game, we did get a lot of one-on-one matchups, and it's just on third downs we were getting beat. So I'm not gonna say it was all Richie Gann's fault. Like, that was more of a personnel issue than it was
passive, but it was very passive.
I feel like he takes a little bit too long to make the necessary adjustments at times, but he did make the adjustment, and when he did, guys were getting the matchups that they should have, but they just weren't able to execute on those thirds. Like, shut it down, get off the field, and we just weren't. So I'm not gonna put it all on Richie Gann's.
It is what it is, man. Nobody's perfect, but I'm gonna tell you something right now, man. Gannon, you gotta be aggressive at times. that what that defensive scheme, what that was in the second half. Why couldn't we get that in the first half? Why couldn't we get a little bit of blitzing and put some more pressure on Heineken? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call him no more Heineken.
Yo, y'all are funny for this Heineken thing.
So I mean, it's just like why couldn't we get some more of that? And then also, there's one more bone I gotta pick with Steichen. Why are we not using Miles Sanders a little bit more? They literally made us one-dimensional. We were doing this to teams for the past 8 weeks, and then boom, basically we got to take some of our own medicine. Like I'm so irritated with that. Run the ball. If you want to sustain a drive, you want to sustain some clock time and management, run the ball. Miles Sanders has been having a great year, man. I'm gonna have to make another shirt and say "Run the damn ball" again. I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna make a shirt like Prime did. Hey, run the ball because I really like what's the booby?
Run booby, run.
Run.
I mean, it's the truth though. The second half was a different. I mean, you see that they came out with a different strategy, and then you question like, where was that at in the first half? I definitely agree. I mean, it would have been nice to see Miles run a little bit more because he had the aggression. I mean, he was doing his thing to getting the yards that we needed. I mean, he was averaging a good 4 or 5 yards for every carry. That's what we needed. Compared to the 49 times that team ran on us, and we're talking about 2 or 3 yards, I mean, you see Miles was already doing more damage than these guys put together. So I didn't understand that as well. In the second half, we saw him being ran a little bit more. You saw how much he was putting that work on against, the defensive line. And then, of course, the passes came in, the deep passes. I mean, I didn't understand the deep pass. It would have been nice to see. It was definitely nice to see, Watkins catch it, even though he fumbled it. The one to AJ, I mean, again, we saw it clearly. It wasn't AJ's hands. It was for him to go ahead and catch it, but it didn't. It ended up bopping out, getting into Fuller's hand. But we didn't understand what was the play call in there. What was the reason for going deep threat so early? When we were the momentum was in our favor the way Booby was running that ball. So it was just like you question shit like that. But, that's what they get paid the big bucks, for making those decisions.
Most definitely, man. Definitely want to say this real quick. So I'm definitely going to be sending, hopefully can I get it? I got a couple of Swoop Boy pins. I'm definitely going to be sending one to you and Philly Mike. Philly Mike, thank you for all the game that you were spitting with us yesterday and just being a good dude, man. We appreciate it, man. And, so I'm gonna send both.
Yeah, I need one of those for the collection, man. My collection.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I appreciate you. You gave. I have a prime one. So
these things. Rick, I gotta get you one, man. Did I don't know. I don't know what I had with me there. I'll get you one. Guarantee I'll get you one, bro. But I mean, my collection is getting serious over here. It's something I pretty much started since last season. I'm already like 30 pins in, so what I mean, the collection is starting to get pretty serious over here.
No, I'll be sending you one of these. We got another one coming out. Reed, go ahead. We'll elaborate on that.
Oh yeah. The swinging fanatic.
Fanatic.
Yeah, it's pretty fire. It's fire. It's a swinging fanatic, so it's pretty dope. But yeah, man. Like I said, I was wanting you on here for 45 minutes. We're at 50:48. I ain't trying to take up more of your time, but I appreciate it. I definitely want to say we outside. Definitely want to say that we outside, baby. Shout out to the West Coast Birds, Swoop Nation. Shout out to Fourth and Jawn as well. They came through. Shout out to P. Well, he's part of Swoop Boys. Shout out to everybody that came to our tailgate in Arizona. Y'all showed mad love. Fourth and Jawn, y'all was busy. Y'all was doing y'all thing. That's the new pin.
Yeah, that's
the new pin that we got coming out.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
So
that's going to be coming. So we'll send you both of those. Of course, Brian.
Listen. The other thing I want to mention to you, man. You kind of got me back into the fever with the hat, so I'm gonna start posting my shits because I ain't gonna lie, man. Your shit starting to get tight. I like the Phillies hats you've been pulling out of the boxes lately. Yeah, I mean they looking real good.
I just you know what. I just got.
I'm feeling that one though too. I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. I'm feeling that one.
Oh,
is that an athletic? Is that an athletics or is that
athletics, John? Yeah.
I
said that.
I tell you what though, that shit is tight. You know what I mean? Me being a Jose Canseco, Mark McGuire basketball
Yes,
fan,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
But it's the Philadelphia Warriors. It's the Philadelphia
that's
Warriors.
cool though. I figured it would be, but that shit is still tight. I like that.
Before you got on, that's what I was just talking because I'm in Vegas. I said, well, the rumor right now. Well, it's pretty much there and there is going to happen that the Vegas is going to get the Athletics. So I said, well, if I only rock Philadelphia Athletic hats, can I go and support like a fan? You know what I'm saying? I just want to be able to go. I miss being able to just like go get a $15 ticket and go watch a game, bro, and have a good
time. we all miss those days, bro.
Yeah,
we all miss those days. Trust me, man.
I miss those days at the link, man. Not the link, at the vet. I miss those days at the vet, man.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It is what it is. I mean, it sucked they took it away from us in 2003. But we got the link now. The link is like Disneyland for me. I mean, times I've been there, I still get that giddy. I get that serious approach where I'm focused on the game. I'm excited to be around my family, my friends, and just be around Bird fans and just I don't know, man. It's just something that I get that feeling when I come home. So, but I will be in New York the same week that you're in there. But I got some kissing ass to do on the bus.
Oh, you go ahead and get started on that. Bro.
Yeah, man, I got some kissing ass to do. So
you go ahead and get started on that.
Hey, don't y'all think it's kind of weird that they have us playing the Giants twice so late in the season?
It is, but you know what I mean. And now, especially the way those boys are playing compared to how we playing. Right. Now they want to wait to the because then they're going to end up switching it right back to next season. I bet where they're going to move them up for us to play them sooner. Like I hate that, man. It seems like that's always the outcome. But I tell you what, though, I'm looking forward to that game more and more as it's getting closer because the shit talking is real right now around here, man. With these Giants fans.
Hold on, where's your cousin?
Listen, man. Right now, you heard him clearly say that. You know what I mean?
No. I have him on my.
Okay. So yes, he's hella big right now on their record. The way they playing. Okay, I'm gonna let him breathe a little bit.
I'll say this: if you're a Giants fan right now, you have to be happy for anything. Like,
for sure.
Shit is great for them. Like, this is the greatest shit ever for them. Right? If I'm a Giants fan, every Sunday I'm getting drunk. I'm having the time of my life. Like, this is amazing. Football's back.
We're talking about. Well, we're talking about my cousin who got into a depressed stage when the Mets got eliminated from the playoffs.
And I'm pretty sure he was nowhere to be found.
Nowhere, man. We literally had to go on an MIA, mission to make sure he was good. Yeah.
11, damn near 9 months of his life had got erased. That's why.
Bro, you should have seen the way he came in the man cave. I mean, he came in the joint like, yo,
Reek, I made it very clear to him, and this was before the playoffs even hit. We still had like about 16, 17 games left in the regular season. He's sitting here running his mouth, and I turned to him and I said, bro, you don't want to see us in the playoffs. You, one, don't hope that we make the playoffs. Yep. Two, you better hope you don't see us in the playoffs. Yep. You know what I mean? And then look at the outcome. They didn't play us, but we didn't have to play.
But we lasted longer.
Way longer.
And that goes hand in hand. That's why I don't care about an undefeated season. I don't care about an undefeated season because that doesn't mean nothing, bro. If you end up like the Mets.
Exactly.
To go on and have such a illustrious regular season, and for what, bro? For a banner that said that they didn't even win the division, bro. They didn't even win the division. For all of that.
They couldn't even hold on. They couldn't even hold on for that.
That's funny.
They couldn't even hold on for that,
bro. So it was bad news from the rep.
Yo, Primo, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for always being
Nah,
there for me,
I,
man.
I appreciate you guys as well.
You called me back, and you were like, "Yo, what's up?" And I'm like, "Are you free tonight?" So I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, man. I thank you, and hope the kids and hope wifey, family, mom, everybody is okay. My brother, that's my brother.
Yeah, everybody's good, man. I appreciate you guys just as well, man. Keep doing your thing. Like I said, shout out to my boys, Evan and Gail. We'll be back hopefully tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Gail's on a business trip right now, but I needed this, just to get loosened up because we didn't have nothing going on for the week. So the minute you called me and you asked me like, yo, if I got some time, yeah, I was actually looking for some free time. So I appreciate the opportunity to get to go ahead and shoot a little bit with you too. Rico, man, it's always a pleasure, bro. I appreciate you, bro. I love the flag. I love the flag in the background, bro. I love the flag in the background.
You know what I'm saying?
Puerto Rico.
You know what it is.
Nah, man, bro. I gotta say, I always appreciate you, Prime, man. And it's like, I know y'all are brothers, man. I feel like I gained a brother. It's amazing, bro. And this all goes through Eagle fandom, bro. It's just like I feel like I've met the best people in my life, like just through this, through this fan base, through the city. Like I always tell everybody, whenever I go home, I always get another family member or a great friend. Like, and bro, it just always happens that way. So I appreciate you, bro. You're always welcome over here anytime.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. Thank you. For sure.
Oh, but hit me up though. Hit me up when throughout the weekend, whatever what y'all doing. Y'all know what it is, man. We always
absolutely, man. We'll actually do this again.
Tell Hollis, lay off the hot dogs. lay off the glizzies.
I can't even see this anymore, man.
Yo. So I seen him in Houston. I seen him in Houston, right? And I walked by in Houston. He gave me this look, and I didn't get to see it. I didn't really get over there to say what's up to him, whatever, blah blah blah, because he was busy. But he gave me the look like, "What's your big ass doing here?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Get out of here, yo.
That's Hollis, man. That boy's he's a big ass bear, man. That dude, he funny as shit. Cool as fuck. You know what I mean?
He had the nerve to call me big. I was like, man.
Hey, man, that's just how it is. But me and Hollis, that's big bro right there. We always chilling and bugging out with each other, man. And I can tell you one thing. Not too many people can get away with that shit, especially with all the shit talking that I do to that.
Yeah,
man.
You do a lot. You do a lot. And shout out to Hollywood Herb because he be picking on his ass.
Oh yeah, he be picking on my boy, man. Oh man, nah, but I tell you what though, Ed definitely holds.
He does hold his down. He does hold it down.
That's my guy. That's my guy right there.
And shout out to E-Rock, man. Shout out to E-Rock, man. I hope your family's good. Everything's good, man. So everything.
Yeah, I was with E. You saw that, he had the pleasure of having Jeff Lurie show up at his tailgate. So that was pretty cool. Yeah. But he's doing good. Family's doing good. Bro was Frank was at the tailgate. He had the twins with him, his wife Rachel.
Okay.
Yeah. He had the baby. He had the baby there. He had twins and he had the baby, so he's at 3 girls right now. Yeah. So he's doing. They all do. Mama E was good. Everybody's good, but it's the same.
She's mad at
routine.
Right now. She's mad at me.
Why is that? Oh, you can't be on Mama E bad side, bro.
Nah, not like that. But she's mad at me because she said that I was overthinking because I didn't go to the Cowboys game because I think either you or Gail said something like, "Oh well." Yeah, King didn't want to come because he said that he was going to be too much of a burden. I was like, no, I didn't know. I didn't want to be a burden to anybody else.
You're never a burden, bro.
I know. So, trust me, I heard it from her and Gail.
The only burden is when we do what we do to make sure that you're good when you're here, and then your ass don't show up. That's the burden.
Oh,
okay.
Trust me.
All right.
I got the word.
Yeah.
I got the word.
That's the burden, all right?
I got the word.
Other than that, you're home. We always got you.
Oh, for sure.
That's all. You know what I mean?
For sure.
You're good.
Wow.
And the same goes for you, Rick. Make your ass work your ass back down here, man. Do something.
Man, Rick, when's the last time you've been home, Rick?
Well, COVID. Since COVID happened, I went home.
NFC Championship.
Yeah, NFC Championship.
Wow.
Yeah, because then I got more. I had got no. I didn't go for an Eagles game. I was there for a Phillies game in 19, and then when then COVID happened, we haven't been home since COVID. So
Gotcha.
that's what it was. So yeah, 19.
I come home every year.
Yeah,
twice a year.
I mean, I was up until that, but now Lex is older. Lex is he's mobile now. He be getting out everything, so it's a lot easier for us to go ahead and jump on flights and do stuff. When they're in that loaf of bread phase, it's hard to move around with the babies.
Well,
I want to get back to. I want to make a playoff game, if anything, at the link, because there's nothing like that. But I'm trying to get back before the playoffs start. So if I do, you're gonna be my first call. You already know that.
Absolutely, man. Just hit us up and we'll make sure that everything is settled and we're good. So we can show you a great time.
Appreciate you as always, my brother.
Well, I appreciate everybody that appreciate you both for jumping on. Thank you. We switched this up, so this is the Fly Joint podcast for Thursday nights. We still the Swoop Boys. This is part of everyday entertainment we're going to be putting on. We're just trying to push everybody in the crew, put their face up on the brand. So it is what it is. We ain't holding nobody back. We're gonna put them all on there. Anybody want to jump on, we put them on there. That's it. I don't care.
What's up, man? There you go.
Whatever it is, you're getting on here. You got to do your job. You got to show up. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you for everybody that hit me everybody hitting in the comments. Philly Mike, appreciate you, brother. Little Lex, what's up? That's what's up. All right, Lex, I'm gonna play this for you. All right, and have a good night.
Say have a good night.
Have a good night.